Hey there, everybody, welcome back. Let's talk Manchester United. And I'm going to start off by saying, what the fuck was that from Onana? Seriously, what the hell was that from him today? Honestly, for me, today was the last straw with Onana. A lot of people were fed up with Onana a long time ago. I kept on saying, maybe let's give him chances. Maybe he's a type of goalkeeper like Ederson who's really good with his feet, and when we get better, we'll see the best of him. And we're really shitty ever since he's been here. So maybe he hasn't had the chance to exhibit his skills, exhibit his strengths. However, after today, after I don't even know when. What is it? In the last 2 games, he's given up 3 goals or maybe 4 goals. I'm losing count of the amount of mistakes this man keeps on making. Today was horrendous. For the first goal, people blame Rogu. And rightly so for them. But the thing is, what they don't realize, and maybe once you hear this, you'll realize it's not really Drogo's fault. You don't see Onana calling for the ball at all. Now, Drogo is running toward the goal. He's looking above. The ball's coming from above. Onana can see him. Onana can see the defender coming in. He did not need to go there. Even the worst case scenario, Drogo missed the ball completely, and the striker has the ball. The other defenders could come in. Something could have happened, but he made the worst possible decision he could make. And then for the second goal, oh my god, what was he doing? Tiki-taka, like dancing? Oh, come on, let's dance a little bit. Like, what the hell was that? Like, this is what I mean, and this is what a lot of us mean. I don't know if he's going to go in the summer, because we have a lot of other headaches that we have to deal with before him, but he honestly is a humongous headache. Can you imagine how many points we've lost this season because of him? And don't just think about the games we've gone and drawn or maybe lost or barely won. It's the amount of mistakes that he makes in big games. And we have momentum, and that momentum completely gets crushed when we concede. And that's something David De Gea, he had a lot of critics, especially towards the end period. Not the last season. The last season he was really good. But before that, he had had his critics. He made mistakes here and there. But he was our goalkeeper for 9 or 10 years, and he had a couple of bad months. That's nothing. Look at fucking Onana. He's been here for 2 years, and he has made more mistakes than all of United goalkeepers in the last 15 to 18 years. Anyways, that's just Onana, and I can go on and on, but at the end of the day, we did win today. And if you are still watching right now, I thank you first of all, and do check my channel out, do subscribe and like, and do check the shorts out. I'm not the main part. Riley is the main star of this show, so do check the shorts, and that's where you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, going back to the game, it's Ipswich. We should have won. We should have won easily. And honestly, if he had all 11 men and Onana hadn't made his mistakes, we would have easily won maybe 4-0, because we won 3-0 with 10 men. Again, that is you need to understand, there's a big if over there. All the goals were set pieces. And the goals we scored in the last games were set pieces as well. So we're not really still making chances. Today was a good chance for our attackers to experiment a little bit, because what would have happened is we would have been 2-0 up. 2-0, not 2-1 because of Onana. 2-0 up. And if Drogo hadn't gone off, Ipswich would have started shutting down, and that's where our attackers could have been more creative. Højlund could have maybe gotten a goal, and that could have boosted his confidence. But instead, what we saw today is a player who I feel might not make it at Manchester United. It hurts me to say this, because Rasmus Højlund is a Manchester United fan. And Rasmus Højlund, I really like him. He was good last season. He wasn't amazing. He was good. But this season, oh my god. And it's not completely his fault. Hear me out. When Rasmus Højlund was bought in, a lot of you might not remember, but they told us that he's going to be the understudy. He's going to be the striker who comes off the bench, and we're going to buy someone else, more senior. Remember, we were linked to Victor Osimhen a lot? Someone like him coming in. But what happened is, they didn't have any money. They didn't buy anyone. They didn't sign anyone. They didn't sign anyone the year Rasmus Højlund actually came in. They didn't sign anyone again last summer. They didn't sign again anyone this January. So what's happened is Rasmus Højlund has become Manchester United's #1 starting striker. A 23-year-old kid who is still developing, he's not, you might say, oh, but Erling Haaland is 22 or 23. He's something, but Erling Haaland is Erling Haaland. Also, Erling Haaland plays for Man City. If Rasmus Højlund played for Man City, maybe not this year so much, he would score a lot of goals because they make chances. Rasmus Højlund is a center forward. He is not so much like the modern day striker, but he's more like Lewandowski. He's more like Erling Haaland. He's more like Andy Cole, Didier Drogba, in the sense of you make chances and in the box and they will score for you. And his conversion rate is really, really high. However, he plays for a garbage team when it comes to making chances for strikers. We have had this problem ever since Ollie. Ever since Ollie came in, we have not been able to make chances for strikers. When Ollie came in, his strategy was simple: moments. You score in a moment, then you sit back and you counter, and that's why we won a lot of games by like 4-0 and 2-0. But that's also the reason why we drew a lot of games, because other than those two strategies, we couldn't make chances for our strikers. So there were a lot of games where we drew because we just couldn't score goals. And that problem still exists today. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the players. So I spoke about Rasmus Højlund. Patrick Dorgu had a really good game. People will rate him poorly. They'll blame him for the first goal. It was not his fault. And the red card, the red card is naivety, but it happens. Honestly, he did get the ball. It's not like it was completely off. It's raining, he slipped, and that's why that happened. It was bad luck and poor judgment on his part as well, but he was decent. Onana. Oh, fucking Onana. And I have to speak about him again, because I spoke about him earlier, but I have to speak about him again. How do you make these mistakes? If I had to rate him, I would probably give him a 3 or 4, 3.5 today. You can't keep on making these mistakes, and honestly, I want Onana gone. I don't think he's going to be gone this summer, but honestly, I want him gone. The other players, I'm not going to go through the entire team, but Ugarte had a really good game. But the best players today were our defenders. They both scored, and they both did an amazing job. In the second half, we were down to 10 men, but Ipswich, I know they're Ipswich, but they had no chance. They made no chances. At no point was I afraid that we're going to lose our lead. Maybe towards the end, but again, they weren't doing anything. It was just because the clock was running out, and we've conceded so many late goals this season. I thought that's why, but nothing happened. And her defenders, Harry Maguire and Matthias de Ligt, did an amazing job today. Honestly, both of them were my man of the matches. I can't pick between the two. And they get a lot of criticism. That's one thing that's honestly working well right now for Manchester United, our defense. There are times when we are bad, but I honestly think that's because of Onana. And sometimes they do fall asleep, but the thing is, Onana should be helping us out at those points. The thing is, if somebody goes on goal, there's a 50% chance they're going to score. That's not how it's supposed to be. Goalkeepers are actually supposed to stop shots and come for crosses, which he does neither of. I honestly think he's so fucking shit with his hands. But anyways, let's not talk too much about the next game, the FA Cup game, where it actually matters whether we win or lose. Because this game, it doesn't really matter. It mattered if he played well, which we kind of did, but didn't really get to see us do a good job in terms of an attacking front. But Fulham, we need to win. But now, we're not going to have luck back. And that really scares me. Before that, I thought we had a really good chance of winning. But now, I honestly don't think. And honestly, the other part of our United is you're going to get one good performance out of them a week. I don't think they can do two consecutive performances. So we got a good performance from them today. So I don't think we're going to get a good one on Sunday against Fulham. But in all honesty, our goal this year is to win the Europa League. Trying to win a double when we're sitting 15th in the table. Okay, 14th tonight. Yeah, let's be realistic. We're most likely going to lose to Fulham this weekend, but it is what it is. We'll get more rest because we need all the rest we can get because our team is fucking decimated with injuries and players are being overplayed. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Take care and go Manchester.